I'm showing up as an investor for the last 30 years, coaching businesses for as many years, and been also consulting for as many years as well. I started a mentoring program 5 years ago as a way to connect leaders, trusted advisors, so we could do business, refer business, and do joint ventures. And you want to have joy. You want to pursue joy and being able to be joyful. And happiness is a byproduct. And it's one of those things that if we reach out for that, when do you really know if you're happy? But joyful is a different thing. Joyful, you can be joyful as you go along. And I think that's more the process rather than a destination. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle with that. And I think the presenter was trying to define that a little bit more. He chose to share more about happiness, but I think the real objective for all of us is to be joyful. That you have your skills and capabilities that just matches or exceeds your challenges. That's it. And if you have inner peace, I think it's not quite there. I think we also have to have outer peace outside of ourselves. Inner peace is contentment inside of us, but if we're doing that, then what good is life? We're not doing anything for the world or anybody else until we get into outer peace outside of us. And here's the thought. What if we reach a higher level of joy? And joy and happiness kind of, people think it's the same thing. I think of it a little bit different. I think joy is the present and happiness possibly is the future. Even in the Constitution here in the U.S., it has it, the pursuit of happiness. They put it in the Constitution. So it's pursuing it. It's like chasing a carrot. It's the future. So I like to think joy is much more the present. We want to live in the present. And in order to live fully in the present, my thought is that we need to reach outside our boundaries of challenges. Reach outside ourselves with all the skills and capabilities that we have and reach out to others and risk. There's a certain level of risk of rejection or competition, or there's a risk of being hurt. So the key there is to do more, but not enough to be overwhelmed. And that, I think, is the definition that, as Joanne alluded to, is a state of flow. Is it just possible that our joy in the moment and our happiness in the future is because we are constantly able to get in and out of flow with our control? That we have the skills and capabilities to be able to meet our challenges that are out there, whatever those challenges are, and exceed those challenges, but not by much. It's one of those things, not so much that you get hurt, but enough that it keeps you engaged, intrigued, maybe willing to take a risk and willing to do more for others. And that's one of the things that I think brings a lot more joy in my life is how do I do more for others, even more than myself? And the thing that I came up with is the 60-40 rule. The 60-40 rule is this: do for others 60% and for ourselves 40%. Because I always thought it should be 50-50. It should be, and that's a transaction. I pay you money and you give me a particular thing, it's equal value. I'm saying give 60% and you'll be taken care of with 40%. And that's reaching a little bit more, reaching a little bit higher, taking a better risk of trust and being able to willing to enjoy that and live in that joy. And that, I think, is probably the formula that I'm pursuing.